Hello, welcome to the Lakers Live pregame show presented by the Ultimate Sports Show. I am joined by my lovely crew right here, Manny, Medina. It's Lakers and Knicks, but first we obviously have to mention how great the last game was against the Phoenix Suns, guys. The topic of that whole game, Anthony Davis.
Yes.
Unbelievable, guys. It was so great to see. It was just so good to see him play the way he did. Medina, I know you could talk forever about Anthony Davis, but I mean, he was just dominant. I mean, he just looked like himself and just kind of, I think he shut a little bit of the haters up, don't you think?
Yeah, most definitely. He completely came out onto the court to dominate that night from the very first second of the game. He was just scoring and just pulling up his stats here from the last game. Okay, he had 42 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, and I think he had 3 blocks as well. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, 3 blocks.
Yeah.
That is incredible. And I just want to say to all the haters and the doubters, I told you so. AD just needed a few games to just get himself going again, and we've seen it. We saw him beast it during the Portland game. We saw him beast it at the Suns game. And something else that I was saying on Sunday night, exactly, Erod, he was like, I'm back. I'm back. Don't ever doubt me again. And I love seeing the way he played on Sunday. And something I was, sorry, getting back to my point, but something I was saying on Sunday was that everyone expected us to lose. Well, not everyone, but mostly everyone expected us to lose against the Suns. But the way we were playing on Sunday, I was just shocked. Shocked. Like, I just saw that whole Lakers team again from the playoffs in the bubble last year. Their defense was on point, offense, everything about their gameplay was just beautifully done. And AD had a lot to do with it that night. But, I mean, also someone else that, contributed a lot to us winning, Manny's boy, Alex Caruso.
Yep.
You want to touch on that, Manny? Manny, go ahead, and he's your guy.
Absolutely. Alex Caruso, remember what I said in the pregame last time? I was like, he's going to be the main ball-dominant guy because of no LeBron, no Schroeder. And boy, did not disappoint. He had 17 points and 8 assists. I said 20 and 10. I was close.
Yeah.
Very close. And don't forget that he was very efficient. He shot 6 for 11 from the field. And he even made a 3. His free throws weren't the best. I mean, he shot 4 for 8 from the line. I still think he has to do better with the free throw. I still think that the whole team in general has to do better from the free throw line because I'm always been complaining about the Lakers on the free throw as of the end. Like since like LeBron arrived, like the free throws have been like towards the bottom of the league. But it's all good because we had a bad free percentage last year and we won the championship. But also the fact that he also had a plus minus of 9. But your boy Medina AD, he had a plus minus of 26. Which is absolutely incredible. But tonight, obviously, we have a big matchup against the New York Knicks. Like I said, the last game with Aaron, Medina obviously had to leave in the middle of it. But I told Aaron that every game has to be treated like Game 7. And shout out to my boy McEwen. We're playing your Knicks tonight. You better believe we're going to show up. We both have the same record at 38 and 30. And it's going to be a big battle. You guys have to clinch the playoffs, and we have to clinch the play-in tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Obviously, I think, Erod, if it'd be perfect if Medina had her AD jersey and Manny had his headband. You know what? We were actually talking about that because I think Manny would suit well not only in a headband, but I think he would suit well in a Caruso, some kind of Caruso shirt, like just something like. And obviously, hey, you never know. Maybe Medina pulls out her AD jersey tonight. You just never know. If he goes off again for 42, maybe there's always hope.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. There's always a chance, Erod. Don't worry.
There's always
Medina on post game. You got to rock the AD jersey if we win. That's for sure.
Just for you guys, I will. I will make sure to do that tonight.
Love it.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I get it, Matthew. I meant we thought he'd play. Shout out to Matthew as well, audio video technical director for the show. Makes us sound great, makes us look good. So always shout out to him. And obviously, I think that Matthew, said it right. Obviously, I was kind of shocked because you guys saw the pictures of LeBron in practice. He looked good. Like there was nothing like they had a picture of him specifically pivoting his foot just to show like driving to the lane, and he looked fine. So all of it, obviously, hey, I thought he might play because Knicks are a good team. Look, they're 4th seed in the East right now. They're going to the playoffs. Like I never thought I'd be saying the Knicks are in the playoffs again. Obviously, it starts with Derrick Rose. He's been great, Manny. He kind of just looks like the Derrick Rose of old. Like, he's just shooting, he's passing, he's just doing everything, and he's just absolutely tearing it up right now.
Yes, Derrick Rose has been amazing. Let me go pull up his stats actually, because I want to talk briefly about Derrick Rose. He's been averaging. I know he's not the same guy as he used to be on the Bulls because of those torn ACLs, those back-to-back ACLs he's got. But he's kind of going back to his old self. He's averaging 15 points. He's averaging 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's 18.37 in PER. But honestly, in his last 10 games, he's been averaging 19 a game. Very, very good game very good 10 games from Derrick Rose. And he's been shooting 91 from the line. And he's been shooting 51 from 3. Field goal percentages, he's shooting 60% of the field goals and 52% in the 3-point percentage, which is absolutely incredible. You're right, Aaron. He's sort of getting back to his old Derrick Rose self. I don't think he'll be the same one as he was in Chicago, but really, he's coming back, Derrick Rose. My boy McEwen is even saying, there he goes, Derrick Rose. And obviously, as an NBA fan, I'm sure we're all happy. We're not Knicks fans here, but I'm sure we're all very happy for Derrick Rose. The fact that, all the stuff he's gone through in the past years of being injured, of not finding his rhythm, not finding his voice on certain teams. I didn't really like him on the very much on the Timberwolves, but ever since he went to the Knicks, like he's kind of revitalizing his career. And even though he's like 32 years old, he's still playing very well. Look at Carmelo Anthony as well at 35. These guys that people are thinking that are forgotten. Like, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about really like the media, that they're really like forgetting these guys because they're not the same as they were. They can still play. They're still very valuable to a team. I would gladly take Derrick Rose on the Lakers. He would be great for our bench. But honestly, the Knicks made a great trade to get him. And there's also guys like Elfrid Payton that are playing very well. Obi Toppin, their rookie's been incredible. RJ Barrett, shout out to here in Canada. RJ Barrett, he's been very good. Kevin Knox, I'm not really a fan of him. I think he's kind of not great in my opinion. But even honestly, another guy that people don't talk about in the New York Knicks, Frank Ntilikina. He's been a very good passer. We want to look at his stats and say like, just because he doesn't score, like he's kind of a bust. But people can't really say that. There's more to scoring in the NBA. He's a very underrated passer, and in my opinion, I think he's a poor man's Lonzo Ball the way he plays, Frank Ntilikina.
And someone else that I want to touch on as well is, Julius Randle. He's been playing really good lately. Absolutely. Him and Derrick Rose, they've just been beasting it. And honestly, Manny, I completely agree with your point. I really wish the Lakers would have picked up Derrick Rose in the offseason. I would have loved to see that. I think he would have been a great bench player for us. But you know what? He's doing well in the Knicks, and I'm really happy for him. And I've also said this already. If the Lakers did not win it for whatever reason, I would actually be rooting for the Knicks to win it. I feel like they deserve it. I feel like their coach, they've been doing such a great job with how they've been playing. They killed the Clippers the other night. It just dominated, and we all love seeing that. And hopefully the same thing doesn't happen tonight against the Lakers. But they've been playing really well, and if any team would deserve to win in the Eastern Conference, I would say the Knicks would have to be one of them. They've definitely shot a lot of people with how they've been playing. And you know what? It's about time. I'm happy for them. But going back to Julius, he's been pretty good for them too. I mean, he's been like, he hasn't had a good like few games. I know he's been averaging like around 15 points, but I mean, I feel like he also makes the big, like that whole team makes a big difference. Like the way they've been playing, the way they all come together. Like I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong. This is just my opinion, but I kind of feel like they're the Lakers in the Eastern Conference. I mean, like just like the way they play together, their chemistry on the court. It's just very similar to how I see like the Lakers play. I mean, obviously the Lakers have been a little off lately because of all the injuries and everything. But before like all of that, I mean, like we were really good on the court, and like our guys like just had like this insane chemistry together. And I see the Lakers slowly coming back, and they're slowly starting to get that rhythm again, especially that game on Sunday night against the Suns. We saw what the Lakers were capable of doing. But the one thing we really need to be careful about is that fourth quarter. We were up by 15 points, and in like the last few minutes, they brought it down to like 4 or 5 points, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong again.
Yeah.
But it was a scary sight to see, and honestly, I'm kind of worried about the Lakers when they do stuff like that. It gives me anxiety, gives us all anxiety. It was such a great game up until that point, and you would expect them to have a strong closeout after the way they had been playing the first 3 quarters, but it was a close call. At least we won, but if we have any chance of winning the big games, like in the playoffs or whatever it is, and we need to have a strong closeout game. We cannot let these teams come back. We got to be on top of these guys. Like we can't slack off against a team like the Suns, a team like the Knicks. We really have to play strong defense all 4 quarters, no sleeping or anything. And AD should have been able to rest that last quarter. He shouldn't have had to come back out and play again, because I mean, I think he had 40 minutes he played that game, and he should have been able to rest those last few minutes. I mean, we were up by a lot. So I was kind of disappointed to see that in the last few minutes of the game. So hopefully we're able to learn from that, turn it around tonight, and have a stronger closeout game. Hopefully we are able to beat the Knicks. I'm not underestimating this team. They're very strong. I believe they're capable of even blowing us out tonight. But hopefully, the way we played Sunday night, we're able to play tonight again.
You know what's interesting too. We were talking about Derrick Rose saying how he's kind of developed his identity in New York. Manny, you say this a lot, and it's one of your favorite lines to say. Coaching matters.
Yes.
Tom Thibodeau and him have such a crisp connection together that they just I think they just finally came together and says, look, we could just make something special here in New York, and just kind of say, hey, you know what? Cool. Brooklyn's irrelevant to us. We have our own identity. It's not too late to come back in this game. Obviously, we know where the East balance and the West balance is. It's completely different, who the stronger seed is. But, the Knicks finally just said, hey, look, we got something here. We have Randall, we have Bullock, we have Noel, we have Peyton, we have Barrett as well. And, they just have something here that works. And these guys, obviously, Julius Randle, I mean, I know Medina mentioned him. I always love, now in this case, when he's not playing against the Lakers, I just love his game. I love who he's become over there as well. His identity he's established here. I think if I was New York and I'm looking at this from an ownership perspective as well, you better lock this guy up, because Julius Randle could very much be the face of New York. And
yes.
if they keep building around him, don't expect the Knicks to fall asleep anytime soon.
Absolutely. You hit it right on there. Julius Randle, what a pickup. I know a lot of Knicks fans were very depressed that summer when they couldn't get KD and Kyrie on their team. But when you got Julius Randle, I was like, you know what? That's not a bad consolation prize that you guys just have, Julius Randle, because being diehard Laker fans, we've seen what he did on the rebuilding Lakers. He was a big bright spot. There was a lot of games where he closed out for us back in 2017 and 2018. So we knew he was gonna thrive and dominate. I know he wasn't really happy playing with AD in New Orleans that year that he left the Lakers, But then on the Knicks, when they signed him that 3-year deal, I was like, this is time for him to redeem himself, and boy, has he done that. He like, in my opinion, without a doubt, he should win Most Improved Player of the Year. Like in my opinion, there's no question he should get the MIP. And also to Erod, what he said, Tom Thibodeau absolutely deserves Coach of the Year without a doubt. I know he's a defensive-minded coach, but who would have thought the Knicks would have came together like this so freaking well? But back to what you were saying, Aaron, about like the chemistry between Tibbs and D Rose. The reason why is because they had that chemistry back in Chicago. Yeah. Like Tibbs, we all remember Tibbs was a great coach on the Bulls. I still remember that they almost pushed the Cavs on the brink of elimination back in 2015. They were, I think they were up like 2-1 or 3-1. I can't really tell you exactly because I'm not a Bulls fan, but I think they were up like 2-1 or 3-1 on the Cavs back in 2015 in the second round, and D Rose was playing good. They had Tibbs that were calling great plays. Joakim Noah obviously was still there as well, being that former Defensive Player of the Year that he was. So yeah, that chemistry obviously comes, and I believe actually that it was 2-1. Okay, thanks, Tice. It was 2-1. So back to what I was saying about that is the fact that the chemistry comes from there. And I still believe that Tibbs was talking to the Knicks GM saying that get D Rose back on my team because I had that chemistry with him and I want the chemistry with him in New York. But the Knicks have always came in the right direction as soon as they fired and as soon as they got rid of Phil Jackson because he was making bad decisions for them in New York. I live on the East Coast, so I hear a lot about the Knicks and the Celtics and the Raptors. So like, I was hearing how like hard it was for those fans, but I'm very, very happy that the Knicks got their stuff together, and they could be a very interesting, like dangerous team in the playoffs. I feel like the Knicks can go all the way to the conference finals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm speechless. I'm even speechless about it. I mean, Medina, like, I mean, man, I can't agree more with what Manny just said.
I mean, we none of us saw it coming. Who knew that the Knicks would be the number 4 seed in the Eastern Conference? It's going to be wild to see them in the playoffs, but I hope they do well. And you know what? If it so happens that they come face to face with the Lakers, a championship, it's going to be a good game to watch. I feel like it's still like it's kind of like a fantasy still to probably see that happen, but it would be cool to see that happen. I would rather see that than Brooklyn Nets a championship because I know for a fact we can actually beat them. But the Knicks, I don't know. They seem like a dangerous team this year. I mean, a lot of people underestimate them. And yeah, every game counts at this point, guys. After tonight's game, we only have 3 more games left. I mean, there's still a chance that we can get that 6th seed, I believe, as if the Blazers lose their next few games and we win our next few games. So every game counts at this point. I know LeBron decided to sit out for one more night. I kind of had a feeling that he would just because they are playing back-to-back games today and tomorrow and then again on Saturday and Sunday. So I feel like he is confident enough in his team to sit out one more game and join them tomorrow, which they will be hanging the banner tomorrow. Woo. And so it would be cool to see him come back for that game. But I had a feeling he was going to sit this one out. I think he saw what his teammates were capable of when we went against the Suns the other night. So I think he's comfortable sitting out one more game. And you know what? I would rather have him rest up, be ready for the playoffs, be ready for the play-in tournament if needed. And that's all that matters right now. I mean, we got AD. We have Kuzma back tonight. We have all of our guys, except for Schroeder, I believe. He's still out with the
health and safety protocols, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know what? If we all play like the way we did Sunday night, I don't see why we can't win this game. I mean, you know, we need another 40-point game from AD. We need a 25-point game from Kuzma. We need our bench players to come off and score 10 to 15 points. I'm putting a lot of expectations on Kuzma tonight. So he better show up because he has a lot of redeeming to do at this point. What do you guys think?
And he can't be inconsistent. That's another thing I gotta add.
Oh yeah, there's no more inconsistency. I mean, look, I mean, we were kind of cracking up at this, but every every network was kind of as we say is giving it to Kuzma to say, hey, step up, dude. Let's it's time to go to work
Got
here.
rid of the blonde. We might see a difference now.
We never know. I mean, we've been joking about it on the show now and says, hey, it's the hair. It's got to be the hair. If it's the hair, it was the hair, and now his hair is back. If he drops 25 points tonight, 25 points tomorrow, then I'm most definitely positive it is the hair. And hey, you know what? And and obviously we're gonna go into our keys to the game. So guys, got to beat the Knicks tonight. Manny, how do we do it? What do the Lakers got to do tonight?
We got to contain D Rose. We talked a lot about D Rose, and we have to contain him from the three because I mentioned he's shooting 53% from the three, which is incredible. Guys, that's like Steph Curry numbers he's pulling up. That's insane. Like, and I'm not a Knicks fan, but I'm just so happy for D Rose that like he's so comfortable in this situation in New York. And, like, Tibbs is making him so happy playing alongside with him. But we really got to watch out for him. We got to D him up. KCP is a 3-and-D guy. KCP has to be on the perimeter, at the three-point line, D'ing Rose up. Because if he doesn't, he's going to bury us and hit a bunch of Irish Spring greens in our face. And we cannot let that happen. And another thing we got to watch out for as well is defense. Because we know Julius Randle, that's his former team. He used to play for the Lakers. He's going to go inside and he's going to try to get it on Montrezl Harrell. And Montrezl Harrell, my boy, Trezzy, you got to be all over Randall because if not, he's going to bully you in the paint. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, I was going to say contain Julius Randle. Definitely need to guard the paint. AD, Drummond, Montrez, they got to lock it up in defense tonight in the paint because if we have him scoring on us, if we give them a chance, either one of those players give them a chance to get hot, there's no way of stopping them. So as long as we're playing consistent defense throughout all four quarters, we should be good. But knowing the Lakers, they do have a quarter that they usually slack off in. So hopefully it's not too bad. But, I mean, if we have any chance of winning, just lock it up in the paint. Defense.
I mean, I think defense is the name of the topic of our keys to the game today. Obviously, hey, Erod, defend the three. I mean, obviously, Erod's spot on with that. Randall's the beast. We got to worry about him as well. Thanks to Hyro. These are all good facts. My thing is play with intensity, play with a purpose, keep your foot on the gas because there's no giving up this game now. You have got to win every game for to close out the regular season. If the Lakers want to hopefully get the 6th seed, there's no more excuses. That's my big key to the game. No excuses. Come out there, perform, get it done. Job's not done yet. So go get your 6th seed and we'll see where things are at. Obviously, we're going to get into our players to watch. Manny, it's debatable who you're going to go with. Medina is probably a locked in who she's going to go with. But Manny, who you got tonight?
I'm going to go with, for my 3rd straight game, the bald eagle, the Italian legend, the Caruso. And I think he can definitely do it again. Without LeBron and without Shooter, he's been our main floor general. He's going to orchestrate the offense. He's going to orchestrate the defense. And we know he's going to absolutely dominate. He's going to call the plays. He's going to do everything smart on the court. And even off the court on the bench, he's going to be like building the chemistry with everybody. But also, my stat line for tonight, I'm going to go at 19 and 12. I get 19 points and 12 assists. I think he's really capable of doing it. And remember what I said in the pregame last time? I called a Caruso to AD lob, and that happened the last play of the game. That's what happened. I was like, yo, I actually called it. And don't be surprised if it happens again. Don't be surprised if he even tries to lob to Dre.
We were spot on about most of our predictions the other night. So, You know what, Manny? I don't doubt that happening again. But you know what? I'm actually going to surprise you guys tonight. I know AD is going to have another big game, but he's not going to be my player to watch tonight because I have restored I've never lost faith in him, but he's good. He's back to his dominant self. Someone else we got to put our faith in tonight is Kuzma. He's my player to watch. I need him to have a high-scoring game. I hope he's hot from the three-point line because we could use those three-pointers tonight. And if he's not, he better be grabbing those rebounds. I expect at least a 20-point game, 7 rebounds. If he has a low-scoring game, I expect like at least 10 to 12 rebounds from him tonight and at least 3 to 4 assists. That's what I got for Kuzma. He needs to step it up. He needs to show us that it was the blonde that was getting to him and that he's a great player otherwise.
I mean, honestly, you know, I'm a little shocked you didn't go with AD, but I get it. We got to get the Kuz. We got to get the Kuz control going here. You know what? I gotta go. I'm gonna switch things up too as well. Marc Gasol, man, let's go. I need energy.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. You know, I need his energy. I need his presence. You need to go out there, put on a show. This team needs ball movement. You got your other floor generals coming tomorrow. So take care of business today. Keep the ball movement going. I don't want to see, as they say, a sticky ball. I don't want to see the ball stick. I want to see movement. I want to see them passing, taking good shot attempts. Please. I think we can all agree. Marc Gasol, I want 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. I will be happy with that. I think Laker Nation would be happy about it. I think everybody in the comments would be happy with that. By the way, shout out to everybody tonight. I mean, you guys are killing it with the comments. What is everybody's scores prediction? Give us your predictions before we wrap things up here. Put them in the comments. Put your score predictions in. Got a few seconds in here. What is your prediction for the Lakers Knicks game tonight? I'm going with Lakers win by 10. I got 110 to 100.
Aaron, I was going to say 110 to 101.
I'm going to go with a close game. I think it's going to be a very close game. I'm going to go with 101 to 97 Lakers. I think it's going to be a very close game.
Okay.
Oh, we got
109, 104 Knicks from my boy McEwen. We got 107, 100 from our boy Vince. Our boy Erod is staying 112, 104. A lot of close ones.
All right. Hey, you know, it's the Lakers can only control that. Hey, you know, we got an AD prediction. Look at that. 32, 14, and 6 with 4 blocks. Yes.
Medina, I see you.
Medina approves.
I do. I predicted 34 points. I wrote it in a comment somewhere on Twitter. 34 points with 4 blocks, 3 assists, and what else am I missing, guys?
So, you know, something that he did.
Something he did.
AD was obviously a show. That is going to do it for us for the comments, guys. Obviously, shout out to everybody. You guys have been great. Thank you so much for being involved. Thanks for watching us. Also, new thing as of today, check out our Instagram page. We are on Instagram, The Ultimate Sports Show. That's where you will find us, get to know us, see more interesting things of what we got going on related to the show. And that's going to do it for us also for Lakers Live pregame show. For Manny, Medina, and myself, I'm Aaron, guys. Enjoy the game, and let's get it done, boys.
Let's go, Lakers.
Let's go, Lakers.